So guys, let's just start the video. So as I said, we will be talking about the interview tips and all the information about the interview for the TCS Digital. In this video, you will get everything you need to know to crack the digital interview with flying colors. So let's start. So in this video, we will be talking about the interview scenario in two parts. First of all, we will be talking about the freshers which are having 0 to 1 years of experience like me, and others are experienced which are having experience of more than 1 year and less than 3 or 4 years as per the eligibility criteria for digital capability assessment. So let's move forward. So first of all, we will be talking about the freshers. So in this part, we will focus on how should a fresher associate should approach his or her interview so that the interviewer gets impressed and give him or her good rating. Okay, so let's start. First of all, you have to be honest and be humble. Okay, don't try to tell the things which are not true, and don't try to be over smart. Just try to be humble. Show your eagerness to learn, that you are here to learn. You are here not here to just show your attitude and all these kind of stuff. So just focus on your attitude, which is confidence, and body language like eye contact and smile. So guys, please don't take the word attitude otherwise. I'm not talking about the ego or that kind of thing. I'm just talking about the attitude which we show towards the interviewer while giving the interview, that we are confident enough to give the interview and we think ourselves that we are capable of digital cadre. So that's the thing. So first point is, don't be over smart. Just give answers properly with minimum fillers, like try to use minimum amount of like that sounds. Okay, then try to give answer to the point. Don't revolve around a single point, because sometimes we get confused or we get demotivated or we lost our confidence. At that time we try to just focus on a single point and try to revolve around it. So just don't do this, and just what you have to do, if you do not know the answer, if you are not able to get the answer what I should tell, or you can just move forward and don't get stuck. Okay, second point is, don't fake anything. Don't fake anything. Just remember, interviewer is very experienced guy. We cannot just make him fool with our conversation. So please keep this in keep this in your mind. Okay, so tell the truth in most of the situation. It's okay to not know a particular thing. It's totally fine. In this line I have said, so tell the truth in most of the situation. Okay, by saying this, I mean that if you are planning to switch the company, or you are having some plans which are not go with the organization, so in these kind of situations, what you can do, you are not supposed to tell the truth. Okay, don't tell the false also. Just avoid that answer, or you can just make some answer, like we have all the strategies to do that. So third point is, try to make your interview a conversation. Okay, because if you try to make your interview a conversation now, then it will go very smoothly. You don't need to become anxious, nervous. You don't have to do all the other things which are being told negative in the interview. So you can just do these things. First, try to confirm, did you get the question correctly? Promptly ask for details. Also, in the last, interviewer will definitely ask you anything you want to ask. At that time, please ask relevant question. Please don't ask what will be my CTC, how will my project change, how will my role change, all these kind of stuff. Rather you can what you can ask, what kind of roles and responsibilities I will be getting, what kind of change in my profile will I get, what kind of responsibilities I will be having. You can ask these kind of questions. These make sense. Okay, let's move forward. So now we will talk about the experienced people who are having 1+ years experience. Okay, in this part we will focus on how should an experienced associate approach his or her interview so that the interviewer gets impressed and him or her a good rating. Okay, so everything will be same as fresher. Only thing which will be extra, which is, first of all, he or she, who will be your interview, will definitely ask about your project roles and responsibilities. So you must have good knowledge of all the projects, roles, responsibilities which you held in the organization, or like your contributions, like any Pi project. Pi project is that process improvement project. You've taken the course of process improvement. In that we learned about PDCA, plan, do, act, check, act, then lean, Six Sigma, agile, all these kinds of stuff. So you can, if you have contributed to that Pi project, you can mention that, and you can tell what is the aim of your project, because every unit like BFSI, EIS, IoT have their own aims, or every project has their own goals, targets. So you can mention that also. Okay, if you have done any automation, or you have done a specific task which makes you unique out of the crowd, also you can just tell that. And second thing, make the interviewer feel that you are serious about the organization and have no plan to leave TCS in near future. Because if the interviewer thought na that this guy is going to change the company, or he will or she will be leave the organization in coming time, so why do we give him, okay, why do we give him or her a digital offer? So please keep that in your mind, and please make your interviewer feel that you are very much serious about the organization and want to contribute to that. So let's move forward. So now we will be talking about the sample questions and answers which are being asked by the seniors and freshers as well. These questions are totally from my experience and my friends, colleagues, seniors who gave the digital interview. I talked to all of them and asked their experiences. And in my time also, my interview was scheduled at the almost last time. I got the third or fourth batch, I guess. So I talked to many people about their interview. So I have a bit of an idea how an interviewer in this DCA interviews, like what kind of questions they are asking. So I can just tell you with my experience. So first, we will basically be dividing the interviewer questions in three parts: HR based, technical based, and MR based. So first of all, we will be talking about HR based. So firstly, he will be asking you, brief me about your profile. So what you can just say, you can start from your college, then you can tell about your ILP, then you can say about your TCS project. And if you are senior, then no need to tell about your college and ILP, you can just start from your TCS journey. Okay. And other thing which interviewer can ask you is, till now how many conflicts you have with anyone like HR colleagues or etc. In case if you have one, you can tell the interviewer that you handle that professionally by following the particular path and particular forums and all. Don't say that I have done this, oh, no, that shows a bad impression. Or rather you can say I don't have one, because this question was asked by me, and I just said till now I don't have any conflict till now, because I have at that time my TCS work experience was around 4 months, I guess. But in the case of seniors who have been working in the TCS or any organization for around 2 to 3 years, so in case they may have come across with a conflict, so they have to tell that we have handled that situation in this kind of a particular approach. So third question is, what will you do if you do not get into digital? I mean, if you did not clear this interview, what will you do? So you have to sound optimistic. Don't get demotivated by this question, because this is just to check your attitude. What is your attitude towards the negative situations and stress handling situations? So you can just say, I will work hard for the next time and I will continue my learning. Okay. Then interviewer can ask you, why digital? So you can say, in the era of digitization, everyone is going over cloud and utilizing machine learning and AI capabilities with being agile. And we know the TCS is the leader in providing business 4.0 solutions. So you can just be the part of that journey, and I also want to contribute to the organization and my own growth. Okay. Then this was the question which was most prominent at my time. The interviewer asked, how are you better than your peers? So what I said was, I'm not just contributing to my project. Instead, I am also consuming self-development content in order to improve my personality, which will help me to build a strong and healthy relationship with my organization clients and my peers, so that I can become more valuable asset to my organization. Because this answer is very much, we can say very much good for the fresher also and experience also. Both can say this answer, or you can just modify according to you, because in the HR based or MR based question, the question has not the category of right or wrong. These are just to check your aptitude or attitude. Okay. Now we will talk about technical based question. In my interview case, the technical questions were very less, but from the senior associates, from other associates, technical questions were asked, but not in that deep. So you don't need to worry. So most of the time the question was asked was, any digital technology, this was asked by me also. So I just said I'm like right now I'm learning AWS. So he asked me what is AWS, what is what are you learning in AWS, how are you learning AWS. So I told that I am learning AWS through Fresco Play courses. So he asked till now what have you learned. So I just told that I learned about that ECS, Lambda, serverless architecture, and all these things. And he asked me some questions of cloud computing, what is hyper virtualization, and I'm not able to recall the basic question, but he only tried to ask the basic questions, hyper virtualization and VDI thing, that virtual desktop environment, and containerization. He asked me the basic questions. And some of the associates are asked the question that, do you remember any coding question from DCA? If yes, could you tell the approach? In my interview, I was not asked this question, but in case they asked me this question, I was very much ready with that, because at my DCA coding question, it was of I guess I'm not able to recall properly. It was from Cardano's algorithm. You have to take the maximum increasing subsequence sum. So at that time I solved that question with brute force approach, but I also know that optimized approach by dynamic programming also. If the interviewer asked me this question, I would have answered that. So you can just recall all your DCA questions, because there were only 2 questions. So you can just check on the Geeks for Geeks or on any other platform. You can just check and look for the best optimal solution. Then everyone was asked for T-Factor hackathons and any certifications, internal, external. So many of you were asking about me, what is the minimum T-Factor, what are hackathons and certification are compulsory. So what I can say, T-Factor is not there is not a particular limit that you have to reach up to this T-Factor. This just shows your interest towards learning things. So there is no a particular number. But if you ask mine, what was my T-Factor at the time of interview, so it was 1.1. Mine was 0.6 before the interview, but as I said, I asked many people, so they said that they are asking T-Factor. So I just increased my T-Factor by doing all the theoretical courses. If you want to do the theoretical courses and want to improve your T-Factor, you can just go to the Fresco Play and go to user experience section. In the user experience section, all the courses are of theoretical type, so you can do that all. And for hackathon, every Friday we have kickoffs, you can attend that. And for certifications, every month talent development team launches the nominations. You can nominate yourself. And if you have not done any certification or hackathon, that's not any issue. You can just say I will definitely participate in the coming future. And some of the people were asked any personal project you are working on. So you can just say if the project is very relevant to your work in organization, then you have to tell, otherwise not, because this will show that you are working on another project and you are planning to change the company or planning to change the project. So this will create a negative impression. So just keep this in your mind. Then if you are required to learn technology stack, how will you learn? This was the question. So this was the question which was asked by me also. So I told I will ask my seniors, the lead manager or anyone whom with I'm comfortable with, I will ask how to learn in case I'm totally noob in that technology. But if I know some basics and I have a basic knowledge and working project kind of a thing, then I will just follow the documentation and build a small project for the hands-on practice. So let's move to the managerial section. So my interview was totally managerial based, so I can give you the most brief exposure of this part, because all the questions were asked by me in my interview. So first of all, he asked me, if a client give you a task of not your expertise, how will you manage? And I said I will look into the task and I will just learn that technology and I will do that. But the interviewer said, no, this is not the right approach. What you have to do, you can take your lead in the loop and ask for the associate who have expertise in that required field. And he said, we cannot do everything, so we need to distribute our work also. So I said, yes, I will definitely keep this in my mind. Okay. Then the second question was, you are given with 5 equal priority tasks, how will you manage? I said, I will align the tasks according to my comfort and expertise, then perform them one at a time. So he said, okay, good. Then he asked me about career aspirations. Then he asked me specifically short term and long term. So for the short term, we can say I want to become asset to a project and prove the digital acumen, because I'm appearing for a digital interview. Then for the long term, I want to gain exposure and manage teams wisely. But in this section, I said TS, I want to join Tata Administrative Services. So he said good. Then he asked me about how do you handle stress related situations. So I just said I take a deep breath and take a step back and look at the holistic picture, and then solve the situation wisely. Then in the last, he asked me about how do you keep yourself motivated throughout. So I just said I'm self motivated because I'm serving Tata Group, who is a nation builder, and I also enjoy my work. So I'm always looking for the new ideas to bring to the table, and with my passion being the work that I do, I'm always giving my full potential to all my tasks. So because Tata Group is my one of the favorite groups, so if anyone asks me this kind of question, I'm very much comfortable in that. And he also asked me some basic questions like things which you like about TCS, things which you dislike about TCS. So for the like part, I said in the TCS does not just focus on the working culture or learning culture. They also focus on the well-being of a associate, because we have purpose for life, fit for life, TCS Maitri, and many things. TCS cares, the most important one in these times. So he said, okay. For anything you dislike, I said no. I did not dislike anything in TCS till now. So it is okay. Then in the last, he asked me anything you want to ask. So I just said, is there any roles and responsibility change will come in my profile, and what kind of work change can I expect, and all these basic questions. Please don't ask what will be my CTC, can I change my project, can I change my role. So please keep this in your mind. So in the last, I will be giving you some bonus tips. First, be on time. Please wait for some time. You don't have any issue in that. Wear proper formal. If it's Friday, you can go for a t-shirt, but if it's not, then go for proper formal. And then having a good internet connectivity is a plus one, because most of the time the main issue is this, that you are not able to hear the sound of the interviewer, or interviewer is not able to hear your sound. And try to minimize the background noise. Try to be in an environment which is calm and sweet. Then finally, be confident and smile throughout. So it will show your confidence and that you are not nervous or anxious. Okay. So all the best for your interview. If you feel any doubt is not being resolved or anything you want to ask, you can just connect me over LinkedIn, over Telegram. I have a Telegram group. You can join the Telegram group in the description. You can connect me over Instagram. You can comment in the YouTube comment box also. Only thing which I want to convey is this: all the stuff is covered from solely my experience and my peers' experience. So nothing is fixed or for sure. So be prepared for everything, and you will clear the interview with flying colors, because the interviewer is not coming to just reject you. He is also trying to take you, but only thing is he just want to check either you are being eligible or you have the capability or not, because digital cadre is not like a piece of cake. So they just want to be double sure, because they know if you are coming by clearing digital capability assessment, that's not a piece of cake, because they know that you have the caliber, you have cleared the exam, you have cut out the competition, because that's not a small thing. So they just need to be double sure. Okay. If you like the video, please share the video with your friends, and if you feel that my content is helping you, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.